48. 48. Watch the 48 tons! Ah, that was close. Those were actually only 40 tons, but it's episode 48. Lean back, turn off your brain, and say goodbye to a few synapses. Not because this content would be stupid, but because of the people it shows. We got a really nice emergency corridor here, which offers great space for actual VIPs, like the cops, for doctors and paramedics, but also sadly for people who think they are VIP. I hope this following unmarked police car get a hold of this guy and rips him a new one. Dumb cyclist, but a good driver, going slowly around a blind corner because you never know what comes right after it. Ghost Rider! Riding in oncoming traffic, how stupid is that? Imagine car drivers doing that. There comes a doubt in mankind. Also, this van in front of us is a police car. They don't seem to care, but certainly watch their mirrors with a WTF written on their face. That was somewhat close, but we got the right scene for delivering the pure definition of close. Yes, it was goddamn close. As it looks like, the front rider underestimated this corner, was getting a little close to the center lines, and as the car appeared, he got a little spooked, hit the brakes, and this braking totally neutralized his lean, basically forcing him back into going straight. He instantly reacted and moved to the left, and also the car driver reacted fast with a full brake. Both of their quick reactions prevented a really bad crash. This whole situation was not a matter of anybody's stupidity, but just the more demanding physics of riding a bike. Now I can shut up for a second. Mario does the talking.
Achtung, hinten kommt ein Arsch. Ja, genau auf der Kuppe. Das siehst du im Rückspiegel kilometerweit. Das siehst du kilometerweit, wie sie Anlauf nehmen, mit Gewalt über die Sperrfläche rüber müssen. Das muss einfach sein.
Always the same drill. People lacking some relaxation while driving, waiting too long, or being impatient, and driving in crowbar style. You can see it anywhere, but especially on the freeway. This here is barely minutes later. Even drivers of ambulance vehicles can be distracted. They shouldn't be, but if they hit someone, at least helping hands are right there. Roundabouts are often a source of confusion.
Ja, was ist das denn hier?
In my eyes, our man was honking unjustified. In the beginning, the cyclist would need to stop for the car. It looks like he keeps just going, but the cyclist does slow down to enter the roundabout right after it, without needing to stop. And at that next moment, it was right of the car driver to stop there, no matter if he could see the hand signal of the cyclist or not. The cyclist would have priority to pass this car inside the roundabout here. So, concerning law, there wasn't really anything going wrong here, but you see, cyclists and cars together inside the roundabout cause quite some confusion, so the cyclist should have better entered it after the cars passed. Also safer for him. Maybe adding some lights would make things easier to understand for people.
Hast du die alle am Zaun oder was?
Traffic works best when you're giving space to each other. Those trucks here are very considerate and make space for the cars to easily move onto the freeway. But white Mercedes seems to think, oh lovely, they are handing over the entire lane to me, so I may just as well use it. And he may not even know that he's doing an illegal pass on the right. But that truck is like, I did not concede this lane to you, it remains mine. I guess consideration comes with a very short timer. Oh wow, several cars running this red light like what? Like they're truly acting like it doesn't exist. This first light is obviously there to generate a safety area for pedestrians, and those drivers violated this whole concept so hard that this piece of road now got a bad case of PTSD. And some are thinking you just gotta be fast enough, then it doesn't matter, until they are wrecking their cars and realize that there truly are other people on this planet. And this seems to be the thought that this cyclist still needs to learn. He's ignoring everything and everyone, all relaxed riding over a red light with dark clothing and no lights at all. If he doesn't very soon attend a self-preservation class, he will quickly end up in a coffin, taking his Darwin Award right with him. And while that was a severe case of ignorance, it still gets worse.
Man sind sich halt selber schuld, wenn die was kriegen. Oh.
Marco remains surprisingly relaxed. This guy was racing through the priority road without even slightly braking. He could not see what is going on the main road, and it is a true matter of luck that no crash happened. Because if Marco would have been only 2 seconds earlier, this maniac would have run into him. Geralt is driving a pretty old van. He was dodging the cyclist to not hit him with the mirrors. It's a little mysterious, but it kinda looks like that the other van driver over there had a severe case of mind reader, because he wants to turn and stops a lot earlier than he needed to. He would have needed to stop right at the spot where our driver dodged the cyclist. This certainly helped a lot to prevent an accident happening. And asking Captain Obvious, this stupid cyclist also seems to be going through the world with closed eyes. Having another scene with a cyclist here, I'm not sure what is going on, but watch for yourself. It doesn't seem there was anything like a prior story to this thing, but not only idiotic enough how this guy is acting with a toddler in the back of his bike, in his weird moment of rage, he seems to totally ignore the kid's existence, even arguing with the camera driver, who didn't really have to do with anything, blocking the road, messing around, so that even that other driver now stops and gets mad at this guy. However though, I don't want to be too harsh. If we look at this environment, we see a speed limit of 30 kph painted on the road and a bright yellow school sign over there. My assumption is that he is a father who often cycles around here and gets more and more annoyed every day by reckless car drivers, driving too fast, passing him too closely, and being oblivious in an area where there are children to be expected. His behavior of messing around in the middle of the road is still pretty stupid, but we don't know if he's just an asshole or if he got triggered to this action. And we got that common keyword, oblivious, and that's what it is when you don't check your shoulder at all when lane changing. Those cyclists here don't seem to be too confident in what they do, so it's a great idea to ride in oncoming traffic. And here is a similar case of such. And she's down, but doesn't seem like she got hurt.
Alles in Ordnung? Alles in Ordnung? Okay, good.
Always nice when people are checking for others. I got no idea what she was doing. It looked like she was on the bike lane, then went onto the road of 3 lanes of oncoming traffic, wanted to move back on the bike lane, got stuck at the curb and fell. What was her plan? Where did she want to go? This episode has gotten way too calm. We could use a tiny splooge of road rage. So 2 lanes will shortly merge into 1, and this van behind us would do better to stay there, but he wants to be in front of us. Sandra shows her disapproval. We got a severe case of butthurt. I guess he's unsure about if to go for confrontation about somebody daring to honk at his excellence, which is why a moment later he stops and wants us to stop for some heated arguing. But Sandra doesn't feel for it. Okay, the red car to the left is way too close to the white one, but while we saw that, the exit suddenly popped up and the other driver needs to take it, being as oblivious as it gets, crossing all lanes in an unsafe fashion and taking it last second. We shouldn't be surprised about this behavior. Must be that reckless driver from earlier. It's the exact same car. I guess that driver must have seen an invisible broken car on the exit lane and wanted to bypass it. Here we got a real one. Broken cars on lanes leading on or off a freeway are an especially dangerous hazard, so in such a case you better call the cops for backup and place the warning triangle as far behind the car as possible so that others are alarmed as early as possible. I am definitely alarmed to quit for today. Enough craziness to spot for this episode. We are approaching the magical number 50 soon, so remember there's plenty of more episodes waiting to be watched. Filled with insanity, recklessness, obliviousness, selfishness, egoism, and oh, there's my sudden exit.